Yo, what's good, guys? Beast. So, I recorded this around the beginning of 2021. So, this is actually recent gameplay, and we're playing on the castle map, which is usually everyone's hated map, but I did actually really well. I think I got like 41 kills or something on this big ass fucking map. So, I don't know how I accomplished that, but this AK-12 is pretty strong. From what I remember, I think it was pretty OP, but it helped me a lot with the long range because it's basically an AK variant, and any AK variant usually has pretty damn good range for the ARs, and this gun was very strong. But anyway, I wanted to mix up a little bit and put some Ghost gameplay up because I didn't really play this game too much. It was one of the more hated Call of Duties, and I'm not going to get into it, but you guys know how it goes. But I wanted to go back and revisit it to see how bad it really was. And here's my thoughts on it. So, I still think it's not an amazing Call of Duty. I do think it was overhated. The maps were pretty trash, though. That was one of the biggest downfalls of this game, in my honest opinion. I do think that it was just a downgrade overall, is why people didn't like it. It kind of felt like we went from Modern Warfare 2, which was amazing, to MW3, which was still amazing, but not as amazing because the kill streaks and maps weren't as good. And then you have Ghosts, which was the next one after MW3, which was just not amazing at all. Some people liked it, and that's cool, but I think when they changed the time to kill and made it so fast, a lot of people just don't like that shit. It felt like you were playing the hardcore game modes. Most of the time when you played it, people dropped like flies, which was the fun part, but you also died by basically getting sneezed on, and I'd have to say that made the game really bad. That was one of the biggest faults of Call of Duty, is when you start fucking with the time to kill in a game, any game, it's not just Call of Duty, but it changes the whole dynamic of how the game is played, how its identity. That's like making Halo a 2-bullet kill game. It's just not gonna work, man. It's just one of those things, man. I think the best time to kills were the earlier Call of Duties, COD 4 all the way to MW3 and Black Ops 2. I think about after Black Ops 2, well, that's when Ghost came out. I think that's when they started really going downhill, and they have just not made the games as solid as they used to. But that's just my opinion. I do think that there has been some good games. Modern Warfare 2019, again, it's like Ghost. I think it got a little bit too much hate. The game innovated a lot. It made ground war massive. It took ground war that used to be a 9v9 and they made it, 50v50, kind of like Battlefield does, or something crazy like that. It was a lot of people, but that's pretty dope. That was a big improvement for Call of Duty, just to kind of switching it up a little bit. That was very different. We weren't used to having kill streaks on that scale, and I didn't play a lot of ground war in Modern Warfare, but I know a lot of people, that was what saved the game for them. Kind of like Face Off saved Modern Warfare 3 for me and a bunch of my buddies. We played the shit out of Face Off. It may just take that one game mode or those few little things that can make or break a game and save a game, even if it's falling through the cracks. And I think that Ghost had some redeeming factors. I think that it had the best pick 10 system out of any Call of Duty because it was very specific. Each perk had its own value. It wasn't just, it's worth a point. The weapons are worth 3 points or whatever. Like, each thing has its own unique amount of points depending on how good the perk was. So everyone's classes were usually pretty different, and there was that high risk, high reward kind of deal where you could spend a lot of points on the higher perks, but you only get like 2, maybe 3 perks or whatever. Or you can get a bunch of the simple ones that give you 1 point value perks, and you can have like 8 of them or some crazy shit like that. So it really just depends. And I do think the specialist in this game was pretty dog shit, but that's just hard to compete with Modern Warfare 3 specialist. Even Modern Warfare 2019 specialist didn't feel as good as MW3 because in MW3 they had proficiencies, and that was like miniature perks for your gun, and you got all of them except I think damage and maybe another tier or 2, but it was just like, I think you couldn't get the attachments one, obviously, because whatever you choose for that, obviously, like if you choose attachments, then you get that proficiency. But just little stuff like that. it's little details that really make a game too. So the perk tier system and stuff like that in Ghost was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite, I don't think, but I think it was really well done. I think they basically just took what Black Ops 2 did with the pick 10 and just made it better, because instead of each thing costing a point, like why would a secondary be the same point as in a primary or an AR or a sniper, LMG, whatever? It's kind of stupid. I feel like they oversought that. Like that wasn't really a... That was a huge oversight on Treyarch's part, and they should have fucking known better. But I'm also one of those people that doesn't like Treyarch as much as the other devs. I think that Treyarch has the biggest fanboys. I think that Treyarch is overrated compared to the other devs sometimes. They're very good, but like, it's a mixed bag, you know, because I think that Treyarch, they know that they're not the redheaded stepchild between the 3 development teams now, so they can just get lazier. And the other ones are lazy too. They're all lazy, but it's not just laziness, it's Activision too, just having their hand in it every time. They just keep wanting to change the narrative, and that's gotta be discouraging as a dev, dude, because think about if you're working on a project for a year, maybe a year and a half to even 2 years, and they're like, hey man, fucking change it, you know, because they like futuristic shit now. And like, I can't stand that shit. Advanced Warfare was supposed to be a World War II shooter. So basically, they said, hey, change everything. I don't know why. You know, it flopped. Advanced Warfare was a terrible Call of Duty. It's probably the worst one next to Infinite Warfare. But then when we eventually got COD World War II from Sledgehammer Games, that was probably what Advanced Warfare was supposed to be. And that game was kind of dog shit as well. That's because they didn't want to listen to the community at all and change just a few things. But see, COD World War II, it needed a huge overhaul, and the one that it got helped it out a lot, but it's still, I didn't go back and play that game. I still didn't like it that much. The maps, again, is one of the biggest importances of video games. If the maps are all shit, dude, it don't matter. You're not saving that game. If the maps aren't fun to play, that's one of the biggest things that bring people back to games. That's why you see them making all these remake maps, because they don't know how to make good maps really anymore. It's really hard. Like, where are the raids? Where is the, you know, firing ranges? Fucking Shipment, which I know people brought that back in a bunch of Call of Duties, but Modern Warfare 2019 Shipment was pretty AIDS, but it was still fun because it was hectic. But, you know, we need maps like that. I think the maps help a game out a lot. I think they bring a lot of personality to it if it's a very well done map, and we need more maps. We don't need like 8, dude, for fuck's sake, you know, because you gotta think, that's like dropping an album, right? It has 8 songs, 7 of them are mediocre and one of them's alright. Like, nah, man, I'd rather hear an album that has 20 songs and, you know, like 11 of them are mediocre and the others are fucking fire. You know, variety's the spice of life, and you can go the other way with that too. You can have an album that's huge and then it has like nothing but mediocre songs, maybe one good one, and then you got an album that has 7 songs and they're all fire. But I don't have the faith that these guys are going to make 7 bomb-ass maps, so I'd rather them make more and have a better chance of having a decent amount of map selection than to make 7 fucking dog shit maps, because they have done that over and over again. I'd rather just make a bunch of maps and then just hope for the best. I know it sounds shitty, but they're just not motivated anymore, man. I feel like a lot of the devs are just demoralized from the publisher Activision, and, you know, we just got to hope for the best. I don't know how COD Vanguard's going to be. Apparently it's going to be another World War II shooter, so that's probably going to be shit. We'll have to see. Hopefully the zombies type of game mode is going to be fun. I didn't play COD World War II Zombies that much, so we'll just have to hope for the best and see. But I just kind of wanted to ramble a little bit and mix it up a little bit and kind of just talk more about Call of Duty, since I haven't really talked specifically about this series in a while, just about the game and the direction it's going and all that good stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.